That's right, this is Fuzed from Exile, and today I want to talk to you about hog riders. If you've been watching my videos from the beginning, you may remember from episodes 1 and 2 when Cinnam came on and gave us commentary on a couple of his hog raids. Or as I like to call him, Dr. Hog. As you know, I've been cleaning out my archive of older videos that I have, and I've got a couple more raids of his, and he's going to walk us through them.
Awesome, thanks Fuzed. What's going on YouTube? Cinnam here with another hog attack to show you. Before we get started, I wanted to point out one flaw that I found in this base, which is how it is funneled. If you look at the right side of the last barracks, there are no other buildings. What that means is that my troops will naturally funnel downward into this little gap here that's in the base, and you'll see how that plays out later on. This was a cleanup attack, so I knew that there was those 2 giant bombs there, which I popped with barbarians. And I used 2 giants to pull the clan castle to the right side. And I used my standard 2 witches, couple wizards, and archer queen to kill the clan castle. And right about here you'll see how I don't have to worry about the funneling of my troops. I know that they're going to funnel downward into this little gap in the base. So if you're going to put a gap in the base, that's okay. Just make sure that your outside buildings don't lead directly to that hole in the base, or else something like this is going to happen and it's not going to be pretty for you. So I dropped my Barbarian King, whose #1 job is to kill the Archer Queen. So she shoots him and he gets pissed off and smacks her in the face. And I use my ability and we're good. And here come the hogs. You saw in my last commentary how I like to deploy my hogs in a line. I just find it's easier to predict where they're going to go, and there aren't too many surprises during the raid. And being patient with your heal spells is important. Not too early, not too late. Just keep an eye on their health, but it also should be pre-planned, right? I already know where I'm going to drop my heal spells before the raid starts. And the last thing I wanted to point out was, if you look at the top, I just dropped 1 wizard at the top right corner. Always a good idea to save 1 or 2 wizards for cleanup. I've done so many hog attacks where it's been like a 98% 1-star, where there just wasn't enough time to clean up the whole base. So I started saving 1 or 2 wizards, and it has done really well for me. So I definitely recommend that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There it goes, Barbarian King down, and we're good. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and peace out, guys.
We're not quite done with you, Sin. Let's have another.
Yo, what's up, guys? Cinnam, Exiled Warlords here, bringing you a Go-Ho Wee Wee commentary, something a little different. And to start off, I wanted to point out the base layout. Whenever you see a open concept outer ring where there's no walls protecting the outer defenses, it's always good to bring golems because they will be able to stay in front of your army. They won't get hung up on a lot of walls, and you'll see that's what really wins me the raid here. So I start off with just a typical go-wee-wee strategy, dropping my golems, wizards, and witches, and heroes, all fairly quickly with a rage spell, and yeah, very brute force start of the raid. And 90% of the time I try to lure the clan castle, but I just couldn't find a very cost-effective way of doing it here, so I chose to bring a lightning spell, and I was using actually 1 of each spell, which is something pretty rare. But it kind of worked. And I brought these hogs, which I wanted them to go in the middle, but I didn't plan that right, and they ended up drifting off to the sides, which forced me to drop this heal spell in a really bad position. I dropped it where I did because I thought there might be a giant bomb there, but there wasn't, so I definitely could have dropped that in a better spot. But that's okay. We're doing pretty well here. And right at the top left is where you see this golem, and he's doing a great job. He made it all the way to the other end of the base, and he's tanking for my hogs, basically my whole army. Nothing's attacking them, just that golem is taking all the hits. So that's great. And the other golem is dead as well, which is good. That means he served his purpose. When your golems die, that means they did a lot of tanking, right? Sometimes you'll finish a go-wee-wee attack with like 3 golems still alive at the very front of where you started attacking, which is never a good thing. Always want them to stay ahead of the army. So yeah, and then that I was able to pull off the 3-star with a little bit of luck. Definitely some improvements I can make. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I slowed down the build here so you can see. I used level 5 golem in my clan castle with the level 4 as well. So 2 golems, 3 witches, wizards, and wall breakers as well. And yeah, 1 of each spell. So hope you enjoyed the attack, guys, and I'll be back soon. Peace.
Alright, thanks again for the commentary, Sin. That was awesome. And now we're watching another one of Cinnam's attacks. He drops a giant to distract the defenses so that he can lure with a couple of hogs. Unfortunately, his giant runs right into a giant bomb. He does pull the troops though, and he dispatches them in the usual way. With the clan castle troops and the archer queen dead, he begins to deploy the hogs. Notice the square shape of the base and how tightly packed everything is. There's no room in there for giant bombs, so he deploys them in a line and drops the heal spells just in front of them. Just like that, the defenses are down and he knows he's going to get the 3-star. He makes it look so easy. And that's why he's Dr. Hog. And now, I've got an update for you about Cinnam. Yes, that's right. Although he was Cinnam on the outside, he never quite felt like Cinnam on the inside. And we're here to support him through the transformation that he has decided to undergo. And I welcome now to the clan, Cinnabuns. That's right, he changed his name. Apparently Cinnam was a typo. He meant to call himself Cinnamon. When he changed his name though, he decided to forego the stripper name and name himself after a pastry instead. Once again, he drops a giant to distract the defenses, followed by a few hogs for the lure. He pulls the clan castle troops all the way over to the other side of the base, and then decides to bring them back again. Actually, it may seem that way, but he's emptying out the rest of the troops from the clan castle. He knew they weren't all out. That's a mistake you'll see a lot of people do with hog attacks. They don't get all the troops out of the clan castle, and unfortunately hogs don't fight back, so you need to clear them out. So once again, he pulls them to the left. This time, he drops a golem, which will distract the troops and also serve as a decoy for the defenses. And now the hogs. In all seriousness, Sin is one of our best attackers, and we're lucky to have him in the clan. Notice how he drops the heal spells in front of the hogs. In order to make that work, you really need to understand the pathing and understand where the hogs are going to go next. And also, you need to be able to think on your feet in case something doesn't go the way you expected and you have to change your plan on the fly. Hogs can also be quite effective at Town Hall 8, and to illustrate that, we've got another attack here by Dick Insider, which happens to be the second account of Cinnabuns. This attack is from one of our more recent wars, so this time he's packing poison. He still lures the clan castle troops, but he uses the poison this time to kill them off. His poison spell missed half the troops. He could have dropped that archer up top to lead them back into the cloud, but he decides to do away with them the old-fashioned way. He uses two-finger deployment to send the hogs in as two separate groups. Notice how he's got the heal spell already in place before the giant bomb even appears. This is called pre-healing, and if you want to be a successful hog raider, you need to learn this technique. Also notice that he saved himself a few wizards to help with cleanup. Another successful hog attack. And now, one last attack for Dick. Poison spell didn't miss this time. In fact, it got the Barbarian King too. A poison spell alone won't kill a Barbarian King, but it slows him down while the other troops kill him off. Notice all the previous techniques being used. If it seems the same every time, it's because it really is. You take the same principle and every time you apply it toward the base that you're attacking. No two attacks are alike, but develop your technique and learn to adapt it to your target. This time, he sends each hog to a specific defense. This is known as a surgical attack. He's not just any doctor, he's a surgeon. I hope you enjoy the video and maybe even learn something. Sin, thanks for taking all of us to hog school, and to everyone, thanks for watching. Today's episode has been brought to us by Cinnabuns and Dickens Cider. Whether you like it in the box, in the can, or in the jugs, a little hot Dickens Cider always hits the spot.